Hello everyone. I hope you are well in these times of quarantine, as are your families. Let me introduce myself. My name is Olivia Reyna and I'm chemist pharmacobiologist. Yes, very large name, isn't it? But I'm Mexican scientist and I'm currently working on research related pharmacognosy, phytochemistry, and in general with plants that have medicinal properties to help treat cancer. And I'm still working from home because the work of a scientist never stops. It starts from when we are children. We are born as a scientist because when we are children, we are always exploring objects and discovering things. And we are curious to see how two things work or what is happening all around us. Usually, we as a little children can be destructive, but it's really part of the exploration to separate parts of something even if we don't know how to put it back together again. That's just what kids do. A scientific adult is like a child who never grew up, always trying to explore. But what if at the home, at the school, or elsewhere they tell you not to do things, not to explore, not to touch? In that case, you will never have the opportunity to make the knowledge yours. Often, they think education is expensive, but not more expensive than the cost of ignorance. And that is reflected in many teachers and even parents who don't understand the importance of science. And if you ask, how do we awaken interest and curiosity about science? Let me tell you something. That is the first of a many important series of questions within you. Science is everywhere, in what we eat, in what we use, in what we wear, in everything. And it's especially important because knowledge is power and is useful for making decisions in your daily life, but even more so in your professional career. My background is focused in chemical sciences, but however, there are other areas of knowledge we are so also important and that perhaps are interested to you, such as philosophy, sociology, psychology, literature, or maybe music, that we can arouse the curiosity to know more. In my case, plants have been my passion. Since I was a child, I did experiments with everything that caught my attention in the same garden, without work knowing that in the future I will become a chemist. Being a researcher or a scientist, as they generally call us, is not easy path. Science it requires time, dedication, but above all to feel that passion for what you do. While at the school, I was fortunate enough to express my curiosity to my teachers, and when they saw my enthusiasm, they support me and tried to answer my questions. It's true that there were times when I sacrificed time with my family and friends, holidays, and other free time. But in the other hand, science has given me great satisfaction, both personal and professional. I had the opportunity to meet many people, including Nobel laureates, visited many countries such as Russia, um, where I made a great family of friends, but above all expand my knowledge and with it my curiosity. So all the time you devote you to research during your school time on your subject or of interest, which awakens passion in you, really, believe me, it's not lost time. On the contrary, it's an investment in the knowledge that will help you in the future to continue with your studies. Maybe enter a university and in general to be able to broaden your horizons. My advice is that you identify what it is that arouses that interest, that curiosity, and you find out more about it. Also, if necessary, approach teacher or experts on the subject so that you can get some of your questions answered. Currently, with the internet, we have access to all kinds of information. on the different topics that you can imagine. But it's very important to know how to evaluate information, and it's not easy. But do close readings of scientific journal, books, or indexed journal that will help you to obtain better information. Ensure that you are reading is reliable information from sources such as Elsevier, NCBI, Nature, Science, or different journals. Once you have your topic and you have read it about it, I'm sure it will generate questions for you. You should ask yourself, what information is out there about my topic? And has my question already been answered? And if you are really interested in doing research, the most reliable route is the following the scientific method. That way you can organize your work better, which will allow to see what experiments needs to be done or maybe how to set them up. Once you get your data or your results, you can process them to see whether or not your hypothesis is sustained. If your hypothesis is not proven, it doesn't mean that your experiment is wrong. Even those data are important because although it may not have been expected, you are getting information that can stimulate further research. I hope that these words and advice that I given you will help to motivate you and encourage you to pursue science. Science is universal, which unites us so much more, especially in these difficult times all around the world. I send you a big hug and greetings from Mexico. See you soon.